Well, hello, everyone. This is episode 20 of the Idiot
Woohoo!
Business Show. I'm just kidding.
Yeah!
Yeah. And there's a statement that lives rent free in my head, and it was it was said to me by the man to the left of me here, the big man. He said to me once, he said, "You can be as crazy as you got to be, and you can just keep it all in your head." And it makes me stop and think often about what kind of psychosis lives in this man's head on a day-to-day basis that he knows that the trick is just keep it in your head.
That's
Keep
right.
it together.
You can
Keep
have
it
whatever
together.
thoughts in your head as you want. You just can't let it come out your mouth. That's
I know.
it. You can be whatever you want to be right up here.
Yes. So to start off our fantastic 20th episode, we have been delivering to you content and nonstop action and value for 20 weeks.
Yes.
You better thank us.
20 straight weeks.
That's
All
right.
20. Well, really, I think it's 18 weeks because we have a couple of interviews in there that were double week. But 18 weeks. All right. A solid over 3 months, right? Like 4 months.
That's right.
A solid
Yeah.
4 months. We've been delivering great content. Well, from me, Danny, ishy content. But
Right. I only write all of the ad copy. I only pick all of the stories. I only introduce the show. I only do everything here, right?
hey, somebody's got to be technical. Somebody's got to be talent. That's all I'm
and
saying.
so I do all the technical as well. So, listen, I'm a genius, and you're just lucky that I let you do a show with me. All right.
I am very lucky. So what are we talking about today, Dan?
This first story is very interesting because, as we've talked before on this show, Microsoft wanted to acquire our good friends over at Pinterest, and by our good friends, I mean the big man is married, and I'm sure his house was decorated off of his wife's Pinterest board.
I have no doubt.
I am a bachelor. I decorate with motorcycle parts. So that deal, unfortunately, did not go anywhere. However,
well, not only the Pinterest one, but the TikTok one as well, right? I mean, that was the whole thing last year was Microsoft was going to buy TikTok when TikTok was in hot water, right? About them canceling it from the U.S. and yada, yada.
Yeah, totally.
Right? Microsoft was about to buy them so that they didn't have to leave. And, so they've big swing and misses a couple of times now on not look, they're not trying to acquire these types of things because they fit in Microsoft's business model. They're going after them for a completely different thing, which we'll get to. But your point is Microsoft is now in a bid, and I thought this was really interesting in a couple of the stories I wrote. The quote, and they all quoted the same thing, Microsoft is in exclusive talks, quote unquote, to acquire Discord. Right? Exclusive talks. Now, I take that to mean that everybody's using that quotation mark to mean that Discord is not talking to anyone else. They're not actively shopping themselves to anyone else. Why would you? I don't even think they really want to be. You actually brought this up several weeks ago. We were talking about something else, and you mentioned this, and my automatic reaction, I went back and watched that video because I thought we had, and my automatic reaction was no way. Right? It's not a thing. It's not even going to happen. And the reason I thought that, and I still, now again, I'm not saying this won't happen. It's still in the works. We obviously know now that they're trying to, and I think based on reading these things, it will happen now. But Discord doesn't need this.
No.
I mean, seriously, Discord doesn't need this.
They're doing really well.
They don't need to be bought by Microsoft. They're a perfectly happy, lean, streamlined company that can, you know what I mean? So they don't need this, but at some point when you've got a company like Amazon, Google, Microsoft, or whatever, that can literally write you a check for anything.
Right.
Everybody has a number, and the number on this one, according to the article that you sent me, the first article you sent me, is estimated
from the very failed
top,
New York Times.
Yeah, the estimated to top $10 billion. Okay, now $10 billion. Now, we talk a lot, especially recently on this show, about valuations, right?
Right, with a V, not with an E.
again, we've got another story later today about another valuation of a company.
Right. Yeah.
But when we talk about a valuation of companies and stuff like that, you're talking about Discord is actually not a new technology. It's a very old technology.
No, it's not a big deal at all.
Simple, streamlined. So if people aren't familiar with Discord, it's a voice over IP type of system which has been around forever. And instant messaging, you can share videos, you can share obviously in real time, like chat rooms, like Slack and stuff like that. Most of its content is what it allows people to do, like Slack and other stuff, is have their own server. And I use quote unquotes because they're not using an entire server. They are able to create their own chat room, their own folder, their own server, and it's by invitation only, right? And it's mostly surrounded by gaming, but they do have specific to other genres of stuff, but most of it's around gaming. And look, it's easy to use. It works with everything. You can use it while you're playing Fortnite. You can use it while you're playing World of Warcraft. You can use it while you're doing all this stuff. And share your video with just your friends, just the people on your server, right? You can. A lot of gamers are using it because it's mostly free. A lot of gamers use it in combination with their paid content. Like you want to watch me play this game first. Watch it here because I'm only going to let you in, right? If you're paying for my service or whatever. So it can be used in conjunction with other things. That's Discord. Now, here comes Microsoft with its $10 billion check and says, hey, we essentially, other than Xbox, have no front-facing, client-facing, right, interaction with our clients. Right? They're looking at one of the things I loved about this is they kind of broke it down in one of the articles that I had. Outside of Xbox, okay, so you got Google, right, bought YouTube.
Yep.
We all know what YouTube became and is. Amazon bought Twitch.
Yep.
Everybody knows what Twitch is, you know
That's
what I mean, and whatever. Facebook bought Instagram and WhatsApp, right? All of these things have nothing to do with the original person that bought these, right? Apple rules the App Store. Right?
Yeah.
It just does. So you have these big other companies that have these front-facing, customer-facing, client-facing that are growing every day, right? And how much do we talk about on the show about audience, right? Audience.
Microsoft does have this thing called Office. I mean, plenty of people use that.
But it's not, and yes, they changed that, a year or two ago now, where they have you pay an annual fee if you want the must-have.
It's been 3 or 4 years, actually, Microsoft 365,
but it's still not a interactive front face.
Yeah.
In one of the biggest articles, it was the CEO, Microsoft CEO, and I'm not even going to attempt to say the name.
Satya Nadella,
right? The quote she said, and I thought it was important, so I put it in here. Creation. The next 10 years is going to be as much about creation and about the community around it, so it's not creation alone. And that's the point. What do they have, right, that Microsoft is about really creating and then interacting with that content?
Right. So what I think is interesting is Microsoft made a bid to play in the gamer space with Mixer, which didn't work out for them, which they ended up, migrating into Facebook gaming. And to see them go back to, it didn't work out.
It really wasn't even done right. It was awful.
No. So I don't quite understand the value proposition. I get the whole point of Discord, Microsoft acquiring Discord, is to bring Discord in-house to Azure, right? It's for Microsoft to build up their cloud infrastructure and to bring on services that use Azure because AWS is the incumbent player in the business.
Absolutely.
And so
Amazon Web Services is AWS. For anybody listening to the show, we talked about on a previous episode how that made up the majority of Amazon's income last year.
Yeah.
Right?
So what I think is fantastically and profoundly interesting is I think if they succeed at acquiring Discord, they will work to pivot it into more and more content and try to bring those existing content creators to exclusively use that platform. And Microsoft has the capital and ultimately something that the big man hammers home to the point that makes me want to jump off of a bridge. Up yours for doing that is, man, you got to have an audience, man. Tell you
Hey.
what, you got to have an audience.
Hey, I don't care. It's the truth, and you can like it or dislike it.
Right.
But we have seen, even since the 20 episodes we've been talking about
That's
this,
correct, yeah.
we have seen company after company after company, big companies like this, that are, instead of building an audience, which we've talked about, they're buying it. That's where these valuations come from.
Exactly.
Is they're buying that content,
that audience. So the thing is, Mixer did not have an audience.
No. Again, they were trying to build an audience.
Right. But Discord, on the other hand, has an audience.
Well,
so
they would essentially take over what is a fan favorite, again, in the gaming community. No matter what platform they're on gaming, they have a Discord. They have a way to interact with their paying customers and stuff like that.
And a lot of my favorite podcasters use Discord for, their Patreon subscribers, or on YouTube, their members. And that's an easy way for them to interact with their audience. And we're actually going to be talking about that in a little bit. One of our sponsors today.
It's super simple, and again, I get the benefit to Microsoft.
Right.
I don't know that I see the benefit other than just a check, right, to Discord, because what they have is the ability to grow infinitesimally, right, as big as they want, with a program that is super simple.
Infinitesimally is a big word for you. Congratulations. I'm so happy for you.
And I even said that with the Texan accent.
I know. You can't help it, though. That's because
it's super simple. It's replicatable, to the infinite degree. And so I don't, again, understand from their side, other than the $10 billion check, that everybody at the top can go, all right, I'm out. See ya.
Yeah, I mean, here's the thing. When you are, I don't know about you, man, but I've been, I've had maybe one decent exit in a project in my life. And at first, your feelings are hurt, but then you have all the money, and you just rub the money all over your feelings, and you're fine.
You feel better? Hey, it did not work out, and I say this in connection to this kind of thing. The creator of Minecraft sold Minecraft, you know what I mean?
Notch.
For something like $1 billion, right? To him. To him, he got $1 billion, right?
Notch. The guy's name's Notch.
Yeah, there you go. And then, and there's a year later, he gets on this interview, and he's like, that was my last work. I have nothing to do now. He was a little depressed about it. He was a little all right, I got $1 billion, and I'm a billionaire. I got to do nothing, but that was it. That's what I spent my life creating, was this thing that brings people joy, whatever.
Wonderful.
But I got, what do I do now? And you've got these people, not to say that the people at Discord would, have nothing
We
to do.
don't know what's going to happen. But here's what if Discord ever had it in the back of their head that they could be more than a chat server for gamers.
Yeah.
Right. And who knows? Maybe Microsoft goes to them and say, hey, you guys already have this audience. There is enough people who have a lack of lack of contentment with YouTube and with Twitch, and there can be somebody to come in and disrupt those that duopoly. Why shouldn't it be Discord? You already have the audience.
Well, and if you market, let's say you have a Microsoft product, like we talked about AWS, and Microsoft obviously, offers web services. It's called Azure. All these people at YouTube, all these people at YouTube, all these people at Twitch, right? They are using Discord, as we have already said. Now Microsoft is marketing directly to them. Hey, we have a very similar product, or a same product, but it's over here. So it may allow them to eat up some market share. That's where I don't know where this stuff stops. As we've talked about, companies are now buying, Buying the audience. And buying that audience, how much of that can you do? right, as we go forward? How much of that is overlap? How much of that can you realistically do? But I'll tell you what, if I was over the next 5 to 10 years, if we are able, or anyone is able, to build an audience in that, know that big business will buy that from you for an insane amount of money. They have now left a desire to create an audience, to create mountains of people that are interested in specific things.
Totally.
They've left it behind. They have no desire. Amazon has no desire to build an audience. Google has no desire to build an audience. But if you build one, which an estimated of, what is this, 140 million monthly active users? 140 million active users a month?
That's half the country, basically, right?
Yeah. Yeah, so 140 million monthly active users is worth $10 billion. That's all I'm saying.
That's wild.
You know what I mean? So by that math, if you got 1 million subscribers, it's worth a cool, you know what I mean? What, $100 million?
Not 100 million, but okay. Oh yeah,
whatever.
I guess.
Yeah, that's
something
what I'm saying.
like that.
So that's my point, right? Is 1.4 million would be $100 million,
yeah,
right?
That's wild.
By this math. And you think about that, right? How many YouTubers out there have, a couple of million subscribers or whatever? Again, so these valuations and them big businesses purchasing, because in the grand scheme of things, what's $10 billion to Microsoft?
Nothing.
It's nothing. It's a scratch.
Microsoft wrote off, I think, if I recall correctly, the number was north of 400 with a B billion dollars on their Nokia deal. Because they acquired Nokia and shut it down. I think the write-off was something like that. It's absurd. And I want to talk about something else that is absurd. Plastic pollution. Here at Idiots versus Idiots, we are death peddlers. We are peddling the death of plastic pollution. Not only does Liquid Death murder your thirst, 10% of every can sold goes to end the plastic pollution problem. And let me tell you something, folks. Liquid Death is a superior water delivery system. Use code IDIOTS10 on liquiddeath.com and you get 2 free koozies with your order.
Wow, that is impressive. Can you put some more passion into our ads reads, please? I mean, I'm sorry, folks. I'm sorry to get into a little personal drama between Danny and I right now, but y'all need to know that was bullshit. That was some... That you are the worst.
You want to know what I'm going to do right now? Do you want to know what I'm going to do right now?
What?
I'm going to text my lawyer, and we're going... That's right. We're back in negotiations.
Rothstein, whatever you're texting, okay? But no, okay? The fact is that was awful, all right? Okay, and Liquid Death should give us our money back. Or we should give Liquid Death their money back, is all I'm saying.
What are you doing?
All right, that was awful. That was awful.
I guess there was less here than I had anticipated.
That is awesome, and I'm glad you acknowledge it at this point. So, what do you got for us today? I know you always have something stupid to say at the end. So
no, I don't have anything stupid to say today, but for Idiots versus Idiots, my name is Danny, and I'm signing off, reminding all of you, call me back so we can discuss your car's extended warranty.
As I said, evidence presented. Something stupid. You're an idiot. We'll see you next time, folks.